Did you know that hookers don't fart?
They prostitute.
I like that. That's a fun one. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
You've been gone like 3 weeks.
It's been retarded.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we got John back. The
Oh
fucking,
yeah, we can say that again.
the band. Yeah, retarded's back.
I don't.
It's
I
so
never
back.
stop.
Never stopped. But yeah, where the fuck you been?
I don't know. This last one, I was in Arizona for a sales trip.
Yeah,
I didn't even know before that.
I know I called you at one point.
One of them, I got kidnapped by the VA for a day.
Oh yeah. That you were here for half of that.
Yeah,
you made the.
I made it back. For
you made the debate.
Then I think you were scuba.
Yeah, I think I was in Rotan before that one.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Well,
were
it was
here.
scuba
in
back for
between
half
there.
an episode.
Yeah.
Then you were out of state, and now you're back.
Yeah. Until Friday, then we leave again.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're back by Tuesday. So
That's true.
now you guys are going to NOLA.
yeah.
Oh, it's that time of year. I forgot they moved it.
NOLA's a good time. NOLA's a great time. This time.
I've heard so many mixed reviews. Steve from Copper Shot was like, "Yeah, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there." But his family's from there. He's like, "I'm not going there."
Okay.
But then Travis is going. He's like, "Well, Travis has never been. You have to go one time," Steve says, "but I'm not ever going."
Honestly, it's the same thing as Vegas.
Yeah.
Right. Like I've only been there a couple times. It's cool to me. Fuck Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
And maybe Vegas would be more fun if we weren't there for a trade show.
or I haven't been there 8,000 times.
Yeah.
You know, you look at somebody that's been like, oh, I've been on like 3 trips to Vegas. It's the best city in the world. Like I can see that.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool that they're finally moving it around again.
Yeah.
Like
Is
I can see the first couple trips being like, oh yeah, shiny
Well,
new toy.
They used to
the
alternate.
first
Yeah.
10 times I went to Vegas, I stayed in a different place every time.
Yeah.
Right. And now
Yeah.
you're just like, I'm staying in one place. I hit these same
Yeah.
restaurants.
Yeah.
I met a gentleman recently who lives in Vegas, who at one point or another ran for mayor of Vegas,
Oh,
and he's a veteran, and he was one of my students at RCPT,
yeah.
and he's got a big ass house, and he's like, dude, you come to Vegas, let me know. You're staying with me. It's all good. We got you.
All right.
So the next time we do go, we got a guy.
That sounds like a SHOT Show one.
It sounds like a good, and I told him, I was like, I'm really only out there for SHOT Show usually, unless it's like a one-off trip. He's like, if it's SHOT Show, let me know. He's like, I got you, got me. I got you. He's like, I got you, I got your boys, da-da-da-da. And I was like, good, you'll save me some fucking money on that bullshit. I was like, let's go. So yeah, we got a guy. Oh, Turbo Dan is his name.
Turbo Dan.
He looks like Sammy Hagar. I can't even make it up. Like,
That would be
he looks like a dude who would run for mayor of
That
Vegas.
and Sammy Hagar would be a perfect mayor for fucking Vegas.
For 100%.
That wouldn't be a bad gig.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, it wouldn't be the Freedom Friends if we didn't talk about our number one sponsor, Warfighter Tobacco. Obviously, you guys have seen us all smoke them. We're here to talk about a quality product that everybody can enjoy. The great equalizer, as we've called it, the Warfighter Tobacco Stick. And it's not just cigars. They've got humidors, travel humidors, cutters, lighters, everything you need to get started on that journey. Check out warfightertobacco.com and use that code FTFO. Score yourself that sweet, sweet 15%. If you want to know my personal favorite, I'm a 7.62 Field guy. I like that Sumatra, real nice and even keeled cigar. Great for us beginner smokers, right? And I'm told that these taste even better when you're listening to the Freedom Friends podcast. Now, back to the show. This episode is brought to you by Grill Your Ass Off. It's no secret, we're all middle-aged dudes who love barbecue. Grill Your Ass Off is our main go-to for our spices. That's what we use, man. Whether you're doing burgers on the grill, steaks, or my personal favorite, a little bit of pork belly burn ends, right? They've got you covered on all of that. They also have salsas. They also have seasonings and spices. They got beer salts. They've got everything, man. Check them out. GrillYourAssOff.com/Freedom Friends Podcast, or use the code Freedom Friends Podcast at checkout. Good jumper, though. Guy was all about it.
Yeah, you were out of town last week.
The week before. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Same. I was out of town last week, so it felt like everyone was out of town.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Jazz, what do you got doing? What are you doing? What do you got going on over there? Just looking sultry. I like that. That's a nice shirt.
I like this one too.
That's a good one, man.
Which one is that? That is
I
looks like root beer, if I was to guess.
think it's called the Barrel or something.
I was,
Yeah.
Root
not
beer
far,
barrel or
right?
something? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a gift card from Christmas, so I ordered.
That's a good one.
3 more because
I thought about because like during the winter months when it was cold out, I wore flannels on stage every time.
Yeah.
And I thought about going that direction for
I like those shirts.
during the hot.
the bamboos are
warmer.
amazing.
They're,
And,
they're comfy.
but once a year they do a like a garage sale thing,
Yeah.
and so a bunch of their shit it all becomes like $20, and I had a gift card from Christmas for like $75 or something.
Nice.
So as much as I like Dixon, unfortunately, a $75 gift card.
That's one shirt.
And it may not cover the whole thing.
Right.
Maybe the shirt, and then by the time they add on shipping and everything, then
It's
it's.
true.
But then they did the garage sale thing, and I was able to buy 3 more bamboos. Because their shipping is like $12, whether you order like a pair of socks or you order like 4 flannels. Like it's like $12.
Yeah.
And so I was able to get 3 shirts and then cover the shipping, and I think I was out of pocket like $20 or something. So it was worth it. And
Good
going
Christmas.
into summer, I like the bamboos quite a bit because they're very breathy.
Yeah. Those and Roosevelt's.
The only
Real
bad
good
thing
for that.
to them is you can burn a hole in them real easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It like catches fire and spreads.
Oh, really?
It's like char cloth.
Well, it's like it more melts, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a lot of FR stuff going on in that material. Can't imagine.
But yeah, things have been pretty fucking mellow. There's not a lot of. I have like almost no excitement going on, which is
The world isn't burning.
nice. Actually, it's just nice that it's.
Yeah. It's kind of relaxing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of work. It's just.
Once you get into the groove, though, work becomes routine, and then it's like, whatever.
So
Like,
it's cool. I mean, yeah, all the exciting stuff is nothing anybody wants to talk about. It's like my accountant finished all of her stuff, so I actually got to see like my finalized profit and loss for last year, shit like that, which is exciting to me, but
yeah,
nobody else gives a flying.
yeah. I'll be
fuck.
honest. I'll be
Like,
honest. I don't care how successful you are.
I mean, it's and it's not exciting.
This to you.
Sure, but it's it's still an accountant. It's 28 pages of math.
Yeah,
Like it's not.
that's never exciting.
It's not great. I don't know if you've ever had to read a Schedule C, but they're not.
Against my will.
It's not It's not like a fun time.
I feel like it's like playing Shoots and Ladders.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I
It looks-
mean?
it looks- oh, this is
You look at this
awesome.
number and you're like, "What's this number?" And it's like, "Refer to line 27." You're
Yeah.
like, okay, hold on.
And if it's less than this, then go to 14B.
And it's like, okay, now subtract 59, and it's like, how the fuck? Okay, hold on, and then it all sends you back to the second box on it, which is just literally gross income, and that's the only number you really give a shit about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's
All the rest of them are just kind of
like everyone complains that we never learned how to do taxes in school. Everybody learned how to play Shoots and Ladders.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
They
It's like,
that's why they put the instructions on the back.
here's a good number until you turn the page, and then there went that number. It's yeah.
Yeah, that's the only brutal part.
Now roll the dice. You're like,
Yeah.
what? I'm doing taxes.
Yeah. But my accountant got a hold of us and was like, "Hey, so this is what you owe," and the number was not horrible, and she was like, "But we didn't take a full 712 deduction. If you want to take the whole thing, then you're in refund territory." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, so take the whole deduction." She was like, "Okay," because we only used 50% of it. I was like,
Well, you can roll it into the.
It's like,
next,
what- I
if you
shouldn't
think
have
you're
to
going to
tell
make way
you
more money,
that I
next
want
year,
more
then
money.
you can- yeah, but if
so
you think you're going to make way more money next year
In the
then
following
then,
year.
then you can roll it into the next year.
you can roll it
Yeah.
off so that you get it for this year. But I already have planned purchases for this year that'll fix the loss that I'll have on. So it's yay, taxes. Like it's,
Yippee. Reminds me, I need to do mine. Fuck. Still haven't done those. Should probably get on that. I only got like 5 days left or something.
Well, up until now, it's always been, I've never had to have a tax report that was at this level of complication. But
Yeah.
for the last couple of years. But now I have this accountant, and she's pretty fucking fantastic. So
That's awesome.
um,
What about you? You got good news from your accountant.
No, that was you saw what you thought was a refund check, but that was an overpayment check from 350 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They I got fucked by not taxes, but financially. And I called John about this actually while he was in Arizona. And I was like, hey man, have you ever heard of this shit? And I talked to you about it. It was the day I went to your store. My mortgage company, my bank just took it upon themselves to talk to my insurance company. And they were like, hey, what's the deal with the rates? And they were like, and the insurance company's like, oh yeah, he's definitely staying with us, because they make my decisions, right? And did what's called a what is it? It's like a
escrow review.
Yeah, an escrow review. And they're like, oh, and magically my mortgage jumped up fucking $500. And I was like, you're fucking high.
Yeah.
Because I don't pay property tax. And and be honest with you, there's Safeco. You can go fuck yourself. I'm not going back with you. All right. If you're going to pull that
insurance, your home insurance policy?
Yeah.
So this happened to me, right? My mortgage went up like $800 a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is stupid. Why is this happening? Right. I figured it out. They wouldn't change anything. So I wrote it out. And then the following year, it was so upside down that I got a huge fucking insurance refund or escrow refund.
Yeah.
And then it went down below what I should have been paying. So I'm like, if we didn't touch it for a year, it would have been fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking assholes.
That's literally what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
And then, so I had to go to Navy Fed. So I left Jazz's store. I went straight to the Navy Fed branch that's close to the mall over there. Because only one on this side of town, I believe. I think there's only like 4 in town or whatever.
There's not a lot of them.
Yeah.
Randolph is the one that has all them.
Yeah. But I went over there and I was like, hey, man, I need to talk to somebody that deals with mortgages. And they're like, we don't have anybody here. But we have somebody we can call. And, so it's like basically they have a mediator for it, right? And I'm sitting there and this poor she's feeling my wrath because I'm pissed off. And I'm trying to not be a dick to her. I know it's not on her and it's not on any of these people. It's just like, hey, man, your fucking system's jacked. Like, you can't just make financial decisions on my behalf without fucking asking me.
Right.
Like you can't do that. Right. And it's like, it's not like it was fucking, it wasn't going to break my bank or anything, but I was just like, no.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I would rather pay for my escrow up front than have you guys fucking do this. So that's what I had to do. I had to submit for a waiver through the bank to have that shit. So now my mortgage payment is like down with just principal and interest.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And then I just pay my fucking, and I'm just going to here, scan this fucking credit card and take care of take care of the escrow. Right. Like, so it's going to be easier and I'm not going to have to deal with that fucking bullshit. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I called my insurance guy. We all know him. And I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, dude, nothing's changed on my end. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I was like, send me the page. So he sent me my declaration page. Sure shit. Not up for renewal or anything. They were just being proactive. And I'm like, well, next time you guys want to be proactive with my fucking finances, maybe ask me.
Yeah.
It's not very pro.
It's not very pro at all. It's pretty anti. Yeah. As a matter of fact, you just lost fucking money because of your proactive approach.
If any of my bills went up $500 a month and I didn't have something brand fucking new.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a problem.
I'd be like, I need somebody to reel me this, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck's my money?
It's kind of what I went with. And they're like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, well, first, I want all the fucking money that they took fucking back in my account. Like right now. Yeah. like that's what I want. And they're like, I don't know if we could do that. I'm like, yeah, you can. You're my bank. I'm like,
if you took it, you can put it back.
Yep. Yep. You're my bank. And it never left the bank. You're my bank and you're my mortgage company. So yeah, you can. Yeah. And they're like, all right. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So you said you didn't want to hurt her feelings, right?
Yeah.
So every time I'm about ready to go off, like last time I had to deal with USAA's bullshit, right?
Dog shit.
This poor kid that I'm talking to, I don't know. He sounded like if I had to guess, like a 25-year-old black kid, right? Mm. And I'm like, dude, like I'm about to go just off. And just know that it's not personal. I have nothing against you, but I fucking hate the company you work for. And you have to hear it. And I'm sorry about that. And then I just fucking laid in. Like I was pissed.
I think I had that exact same conversation with USAA before I closed every account I had there and canceled all my shit.
Yeah. Are you listening, USA?
And I think I literally said it on the phone. I was like, look, and I got some young lady and I was like, look, I'm going to say a whole bunch of shit. And the only reason I'm going to say it is that I happen to know you say when I answer the phone that this shit's recorded.
Yeah. I even asked, I'm like, are you recording this conversation? Because you want
if not, push the fucking red button. Like, and it was just, I went through and it was a laundry list of it. And I was like, I've been banking with you and insured with you since I was 15 years old. Because I just canceled it a couple of years ago. And I'm like, so It's been a
Yeah.
fucking almost 30-year run with you guys.
I wrote myself a paycheck out of my own business to my personal account forever. And when they decided that they have to hold they'll deposit 500 and hold the rest of my paycheck for 10 days, which is almost into the next pay period.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I lost my motherfucking mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking, why?
Yeah.
Like, well, you can't write yourself, you can't sign your own paychecks.
Sure
The
can.
fuck, I can.
Yes, I can.
Well,
And-
they don't
and
even, they don't do business banking anyways. So what the fuck do they care?
Yeah, I was so pissed.
Yeah. Well, what really fucked with me is like when I was looking for mortgage rates, and it's like, oh, USAA. They're dog shit.
They're horrible.
Yeah.
Their fucking rates are trash.
Mine
man.
was my motorcycle insurance.
Yeah.
When I called to insure the bike, so I called to add it onto my automotive insurance.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, we'll quote you. And I was like, and they're like, well, so it's not through us. You're going to have to sign this rider.
Yeah.
And it was a Geico rider
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the motorcycle. And I was like, okay. So out of curiosity, I called Geico and got somebody on the phone. Didn't use like their online thing. Called Geico. And I was like, by the way, I'm paying this on my current primary vehicle and shit like that. And they were like, that seems exceptionally high. And I was like, yeah, for a 40-year-old with nothing on his driving record,
Yeah.
this seems aggressive. And so then,
I mean, you
So-
did get a mini broken into.
which is hilarious because USAA had that declared as my fault.
I know. In your covered garage. In
My
a
gated covered garage,
community.
yeah. USA declared it my fault. I went to Geico, explained the whole situation to Geico, and they're like, oh, cool. Well, we'll just override it. So it won't calculate it as your fault. So
Nice.
they did that calculation, came in, and with my primary vehicle and 3 motorcycles on it, they came in at less than half of USAA
I believe it.
for a better policy.
No.
I've got more coverage on it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think GEICO is actually a acronym for government.
Government Employee Insurance Company.
Yeah.
It actually predates the USAA
Yeah,
model of
they
only
had that
insuring the
shit.
government. model.
USAA ripped them off years ago.
Yeah. Because then when they find out your prior service, there's an additional discount for the
Yep.
fact that you're
Ah.
prior service.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
And then I added my RV, and they insure my RV every month for like, I think it was like $22
Yeah.
to insure my
Yeah.
RV.
Yeah. It's nothing.
I mean, shit. We just bought another car and added it on, and it changed my 6-month policy by $204.
Yeah.
I was like,
Just wait until you add a new driver. Holy fucking
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
well, I got a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got some time. You'll be all right.
Well, I know because I know how expensive it was to insure me because I paid my insurance from day one as soon as I had a driver's license.
Same.
And I remember that, and that was
Same.
that was a chunk of time.
Even
ago.
back then, it was fucking retarded.
The
it was dumb, dude.
The bad thing is when
Teenage boys, man, it's higher.
yeah, but you know what they did, right? Is they made him an active driver on all of my
All of the
vehicles.
cars.
I'm like, no, he is never going to drive 3 of these.
Hand him the
vehicles.
dually. Here you go, kid.
Like,
Yeah.
like seriously, my F450 went up $1,000 for 6 months. I'm
Jesus.
like, he's not driving it. You know, so I made him get his own policy somewhere else in his own name, which is still high, but it was way cheaper than 4 of my vehicles going up.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
dad
for
did the
sure.
same thing.
Yeah.
When I bought my car and got my insurance, it was an independent policy with
Yeah.
USAA, but it was an independent
See,
policy.
the USA wouldn't do that
And
because he lives in the same
this was-
house. Yeah. Right.
No.
20-something years.
Gay.
Yeah.
But I didn't independent. But back then, my policy, I remember it was $347 a month for me to insure myself on
Good
my $2,500 car.
Good God.
And I was like,
I-
so it's costing me more a year to insure the car
Yeah.
than the entire fucking car's
That's
worth.
what my boy's going
my,
through.
my first motorcycle, so I wouldn't take it. Not my first motorcycle. My first brand new motorcycle that I've ever bought. I bought a brand new Buell, I think in 2004, 2005,
With the lightning.
XB12R, and I called up.
That hurts.
I called up Geico or USA. I'm like, hey, I need you to quote me on a motorcycle. They quoted me $10,000 a year.
Oh
Yeah. So
my God.
so I call Progressive.
So it was triple the bike payment to insure it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even think I financed that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that bike brand new was only like
I think it was like 12, maybe.
I don't even think it was that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It was like, I was like, I can buy I can fix the bike by myself.
Because I think
And I called up
the S1 and the XP12R were the two most expensive ones, and I think they were like $9,000.
Yeah, I
bought
my R6 brand new for $8,000.
Yeah,
You know, like
and so I called Progressive, and they're like, yeah, it'll be like $200 a month, and I'm like,
Sold.
yeah,
Fucking sold. Yeah, I was a Progressive
Well, and then
forever.
USAA used to be like, if something happened, if you got hit, you called them. You had a car that day.
it was
Like you got paid immediately.
yeah,
and
white
shit
glove
like that.
service.
They still do pay out real quick.
No, they don't.
Uh-uh.
My dad just had to sue them to get his money, and he's been
Really?
insured there since he was a teenager.
They must
so,
be fucking up then.
dude, that
They're hurt.
new sea level went in there, and I mean they fired everybody, and their profits are in the shitter. I think it's been the last 4 or 5 quarters in a row that
Wow.
they've
it's because
put out shrinkage.
It's because they think that, oh, the numbers are down a little bit. Let's raise everybody's premiums. No, then we just fucking leave.
But it's cool. They call you by your old rank when they call you.
I actually hate that shit. I
it
hate when I
annoys
call
me.
and they use my rank, and I'm
I
like,
hate when they're like, thank you for being a member for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, if you thanked me for being a member, you would be charging me these fucking
Yeah,
things.
you wouldn't be
Like,
fucking out of your
it
mind.
wouldn't somehow be more expensive
yeah.
to do anything with you after all of these
Yeah.
years I've been with you.
And their freedom friends who use USAA, you know where a lot of your money's going? Let me tell you about their Christmas parties.
Holy fuck.
Remember when they had Journey play it?
Yeah. Go walk their main lobby, their employee side lobby.
Uh-huh. Yeah, here in San Antonio, it's like a who's who. Like if you get a ticket, if you get an invite to
For the Christmas party.
to their Christmas party, it's like going to the cry party at SHOT Show. Like people are like,
It's
fuck
wild.
yeah, dude. Like it's wild. Because they'll have like Journey play it. They'll rent out the fucking Alamo Dome for it and shit like that. Like it's massive.
They have 8 sound stages
Yeah.
for filming.
Yeah.
8 sound stages.
Yeah. Well, we know the guy.
Well, he's not there anymore.
Is he not?
But not last I heard.
I think
I thought he was.
I think he
He,
might still.
he just did those commercials with
With Gronk.
yeah.
That was 2 years ago, man.
No, they're still annoying me. They're dumb commercials. They're not
I'm
good.
trying to figure out how
It's like I love you, buddy.
He
but
mattered
fuck those
at-
commercials suck.
all to the military community.
How what?
So they got Gronk to go be the spokesperson from USAA who can't insure with USAA.
Correct. Because no one in his family served.
So the spokesperson you got,
well, that's part of the
Well, and then
Commercial.
the bit is Samuel Elliott. And Sam Elliott was in like the Air Force Reserve in like the fucking 60s or something. Like fucking it's like, all right.
now I know like when I went to basic, they came out and said, because you had to fill out all of your pay paperwork.
yeah.
And they literally like, it's only direct deposit. We don't cut checks. Who already has a checking account? And you like raised your hand because you were told to show up with one blank check so they could set up your direct deposit. And if you didn't have a checking account, they literally just had USAA paperwork and you just filled
Yep.
it out and just instantly started banking with
Now,
USAA.
I will say this. Logan got back from basic, has a DD-214, and his insurance went way down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because
Really?
how
Yeah.
does that work?
Because
What do you mean?
once you're active duty,
Is he a reservist?
no, well, he was active duty.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I meant Logan, right? I said Logan.
so
Yeah.
technically speaking, when you exit basic and AIT, you actually get issued a DD-214
Yeah.
because you were, and it's because of, it's a command change. So you actually go,
No, he's out now, technically. So he got a DD-214. But his insurance, he didn't have to wait till he turned 25 because they have the same clause, I think, when you're active duty.
Oh.
So his
but yeah,
insurance.
but when you do leave
Yeah.
TRADOC, you actually get a DD-214. And
I've never heard that.
yeah, it's wild.
Because we definitely don't do that. It's
It's-
just like you get cut orders.
It's the weirdest.
and you're
I got a DD-214
Oh, you don't-
when I left the guard and went active.
yeah, like every time, like when I had reservists on I&I duty, when I had reservists that we're doing like ADOS orders and stuff, we always had to issue them a DD-214. But when
Yeah, if they came
like,
on and did like some
Sure.
9-month service.
So you'd have dudes who had like fucking 60 fucking fucking D214s, right? But I'd be like, dude, just grab one. Grab one of them, dude. Fucking, I'd ask him to see it. Let me see your D214. Which one? Yes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you really go and dig into your like USAREC records and all that kind of stuff, you'll find like multiple DD-214s in there. It's just the one that everybody holds on to is their actual like ETS. That's the one they hold on to.
Mine's changed. I have DD215s. I have 2 DD215s.
I need to see if I can get my Master Combat Infantryman's badge.
Right?
Oh, you want the gold one?
Fuck yeah.
To rate it.
Yeah. You rate it.
Are you going to try and get the amendment done or whatever?
That's the 250. That's the DD2.
John, I'm just going to purchase a couple, and you can hang one above your door,
That's it.
and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah, there you go. They probably sell them on Amazon, bro. You're good.
Stolen valor. Yeah, okay.
Stolen
Go ahead.
No, it's applied valor.
Applied valor. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to like print off one of those sample DD214s that has like sample over it and just write everything in.
Yeah.
Be like, there it is. I rate it.
Did you say applied or implied valor?
Applied.
Oh, I said implied valor.
Also implied.
I was like,
It'll go either way.
I kind of like that.
It's implied valor. I'm not stealing it. It's implied.
Yeah.
It's assumed valor. I'm assuming that he had it.
It's like guys with vague lore stories.
Retroactive.
It's like the amount of dudes who ask me, they're like, "You're recon, right?" I'm like, "Nope." They're like, "Oh, you're Marsoc?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, I thought you were." I don't know when I ever said that shit.
Yeah.
like, no,
We're all Navy SEALs according to
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
right? And I was like, "Oh, you have a beard. You can do that without being special forces." You can-
I didn't have a beard when I was active.
Yeah, to see that the way my DD214 is set up,
yeah,
Yeah.
grow whatever the fuck I want.
I now have a shaving profile.
super weird, dude. And it's called a blue ID card that says retired.
You don't need one of those. You can just tell them to fuck off.
Yeah.
Had a good show this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had a good show up in Shakespeare's on 6th Street in Austin. It was funny. One of our Freedom friends reached out to me, and he was like, "I should have fucking listened to the Patreon. I'd have known that you were here." And I was like, "Yeah, fucker, you should have." Gotta find him. I don't even remember where the fuck did he send that to me at. I'll find it. Anyways, I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, he hit me up and was like, "You gotta let me know when you're up here, man." I was like, "It was literally there last night." And he was like, "I know, I didn't listen to the Patreon one in time." I was like, "Well, whatever." But a good show. Not a huge turnout of folks came out for it, but the 5 people that were there had a great fucking comedy show, man. They had a really good, because all the comics I brought, they brought their A game, and I was proud of them. They did a really good job, man. So
Nice.
yeah. Then it just so happened they technically triple booked the fucking bar because they have 3 stages.
So they triple booked the bar and only 5 people showed up?
Well, everybody else went to the other fucking ones.
Oh.
You know what I
okay.
mean? Like there was another show out back. Then there was a show that was starting right after mine and
Okay.
on my stage. And then
I thought like they booked the same place 3 times and only 5 people showed up for all 3 bookings. And it's like, okay, we're not booking any of you fucks anymore.
yeah, right, dude? Like what the fuck, dude? But it's like, it's just like that. Their producer bash they do once a week and or once a month. So it was fun. It's still fun, but I'm doing a show this Friday at a place called Mexicana here in town. And the name of the show is called Poke the Bear. And it's kind of a heckle mic.
Ah.
So essentially, they give everybody little strips of paper and you talk shit about the comic that's on stage.
Oh.
And then you put it in a bucket and then they have to read their comments on stage. It's kind of like mean tweets in real life.
Oh, cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like you sit there and like try to fucking jam them up or whatever. And I'm excited for it. I'm sure I'll get shit on pretty good and it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be a good time. That'll be happening this Friday. And then, yeah, I think that's all I got this week.
Yeah.
A bunch of mics and shit, but yeah. Yeah. In the grind, baby. In the grind.
Yep.
In the grind.
This comes out probably when we're gone, right?
Unless you're on Patreon and then you get them early. But yes, this will come out the Monday while y'all are in Vegas.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Sorry.
I say we should shout out
Of course I have
our
it.
booth number that I don't know, but it doesn't matter. So
Well, can you add it in the description?
Yeah, I can do that.
The booth number for
Alternative
New Orleans for Warfighter will be in the description
Look at the
of this show.
it really only applies to retailers that are going to be there. So.
Well,
But I know a couple of them listen. So
sure. There you go. There you go.
what else we got? What's in current events, Justin?
104% tariffs.
fucking world's on fire.
Yeah,
Have you
love
looked at your 401ks recently?
It went back up today a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I
Quite
keep
a-
telling everybody. I'm like, don't even look at
401k,
it.
what's that?
I'm like,
Well, yeah, I meant the market in general.
If you're smart right now with the downturn, you'd start pumping into your Roth IRA
yep.
and let things buy.
Yep.
Or if you have a Morgan Stanley account, go and start buying into indexed mutual funds and buy in this bear market. Because it will recover. It always recovers.
It's gonna recover.
It will recover.
Look,
I love that people are
You can
losing
buy
their
in
shit.
cheap right now. So if you are worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, then you don't really understand how investing works anyways.
People are losing their shit because the stock market.
If you understand how to actually manage your long-term money and the stock market just got cheap,
we're still up from 12 months ago.
yeah, I know.
and
But it is
You know what I mean?
it is still but we are in a downturn. So if you have the money to put into like index funds right now,
we're
buy into this.
Essentially,
correcting artificial inflation is
Yeah.
what's happening.
it's like buying.
Yeah.
It's like buying 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, 3 or 4 months ago is about when it peaked.
Now,
well, whatever.
if you are a reactionary investor and you bought when he won in November and you saw all of that and you didn't pull when it peaked out because you weren't looking at trend patterns, and yeah, you feel like you just lost everything you put in,
Because you did.
ride it out.
Ride it
You'll
out.
be fucking fine.
Yep. Like,
But
well, people are freaked out because of tariffs, right? Like China just did a bonehead fucking move, in my opinion.
oh yeah.
Like they fucking tried to like out tariff us. Not a lot of made in America shit is in there, dude. A whole lot of made in China shit is here.
it's fake posturing.
Like we're gonna fuck you up on this. Like you can't survive without us.
China's economy is in the shit right now.
Yeah, dude.
Well, what we're seeing now is that their economy has been in the shit for like
A very
over
long
a
time.
decade.
Like 15
They've
years.
just
it's
been-
just now
They've
that
been posturing
that
really
it's
well.
been that we've seen an instant slowdown on how much is allowed to leave their port.
But
But they have very much been a like hand to mouth kind of economy for a very long time.
yeah, longer than they care to admit.
And
That's
now
for
when
sure.
people are going like, you know what, I'm just gonna not buy right now to see what happens, and all of a sudden that cash isn't flowing back in, they're kind of going, yeah, fuck. It's like,
Yeah.
But I mean,
I like the fact that like today I got emails from factories in China.
Yeah.
Like, here's our latest catalog. I'm like, you didn't listen to the news, did you?
the stuff that I got back actually lowered my cost of good. And it was essentially, that was the adaptation for the tariff increase.
Yeah.
It's essentially my COG went down
Yeah.
to make up for the tariff
Right.
increase. So
Well, and the reason that happened is because that tariff isn't permanent.
Mhm.
And your vendor recognizes this. And instead of fucking the consumer over, they're like, you know what? Like,
well, they know
we'll play the game
they
because
know in
it's only
6
going to
months
be
or
around
8 months
for a
when
little
this
bit.
goes away.
Yeah.
They're going to have to like, well, due to demand, we need to renegotiate your pricing availability. And
Yeah.
my actual out of pocket cost won't change, but
Right.
they'll make more on the product. So
Yeah.
whatever.
How's that cigar going, bud?
Yeah, it's good.
You must.
It's really
you must like that one.
Is there
This is a future blend.
Yeah.
So
Around one.
I am seeing articles and I can't figure out. I've seen ones that are debunking it and ones that are saying it's true or whatever. Did we really clone the fucking direwolf back into existence?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing other ones that are saying this is bullshit. It's an article from back in 24 and it's just recycling now.
It was
and
on the news
Yeah.
today. They had the puppies and shit.
Yeah. I saw
I
the
believe Rogan had on the
Yeah.
guy that like spearheaded
Romulus
the
and
operation.
Remus
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
but then I'm seeing other ones that are debunking
And
it, going like
Khaleesi.
they didn't actually bring these dogs back. They're
No, everything I'm seeing that they did, and all they did is they just took a gray wolf and fucking fucked with its DNA.
No. They took DNA from
No, it was-
old ass fucking.
they Jurassic Parked it.
They did, yeah, but they planted it in a gray wolf and fucking
Oh.
and did all that. Like that's how they did.
Yeah, well,
it.
Jurassic Park they did it with a frog.
That's true.
So
That's very true.
Yeah, we've seen this movie. It didn't end
that
well, but
never goes well.
Yeah, let's bring back an invasive species. It's a great idea.
Well,
Fucking
Well, we already have
they already brought back the gray wolf.
Yeah, it was on the
and
brink.
it's fucking everything up.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, like
Let's bring up those, but on steroids.
Yeah, the dire
Let's
wolf. I
bring
don't think
those
people
back.
realize like that is an apex predator.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
not a
Yeah,
that is a terrifyingly large
cute
animal.
fucking puppies though. Did you see them?
Every puppy's cute.
They're fucking cuties. They were
That's
cuties,
like
man.
fucking jackals and hyenas are
Look at those
like
things.
ugly as shit.
Look at them guys.
So you look at their puppies.
Those things are adorable.
I wonder how much they weigh like right now because I think they're only like 2 weeks old or something.
Yeah.
Problem is, every time they've cloned an animal like this, it dies.
They're talking about bringing the woolly mammoth back. In
This same
27.
company is apparently now trying to target the woolly mammoth because
I
they
did the
found like
woolly-
entire frozen wool.
Well, I got something else on my bucket list for a hunt.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking
I'm
dude.
down. I want to see a woolly mammoth. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of dope.
Yeah.
Did y'all see
I'm gonna
they
need a
made
bigger
the-
house for taxidermy.
They did the woolly mouse.
Full mount.
The woolly mouse.
Yeah.
They took a mouse and turned it into a woolly mouse, and that
Yeah.
was their like step one of like, all right, we
That
can
was like
fucking do
proof
this.
of concept. Is
Yeah.
like,
So are we
look,
just
we
gonna
did it
get?
with mice.
Are we just gonna get a hairy elephant? Is that
That's
the?
basically what a fucking woolly mammoth
it's not
was?
true.
They're a little bigger though.
Minus the
Not true.
trunk, right?
It's actually very different.
How so?
So-
I admittedly am not
Okay,
educated
so
on woolly
they
mammoth.
they are both pachyderms,
Sure.
but the woolly mammoth is not actually just a hairy elephant.
Okay.
It is a different species that has
Smaller ears, right?
smaller ears. The
Justin,
trunk wasn't as long. It's
pull up
obviously a
woolly
larger
mammoth.
tusk pattern and
It's
stuff like
built
that.
for cold weather, not warm
But
weather.
sort of, yeah.
And
But it's kind of like saying a water buffalo or a yak is just a hairy cow.
Yeah.
It-
Okay.
You can
Like a
look at it
polar
and go
bear.
like, okay,
Like a polar
yes,
bear and
a yak
grizzly.
kind of looks like a cow,
and then do a.
but it's not a hairy cow.
Justin, do
It,
a.
like,
Whereas like a polar bear and a grizzly are technically the same animal. They just
yeah, that's
mutated. Like
so that's
what-
a woolly mammoth.
What's the size comparison between?
They are
they're about the size of a African elephant, I believe.
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
they're mammoth. I'm pretty sure that's one of Satan's children, but
I think you're correct.
Oh shit!
yeah,
Look
they
at
are
that.
very large.
Okay.
Now these are the different mammoths.
Yeah, those are different mammoths.
There's the woolly over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
those are also mammoths though. So go to one where it's actually an elephant.
Right here in the top middle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Which elephant is that though? Because Indian elephant versus African elephant are different.
So you're talking an extra.
I think they're just saying,
an extra 4 feet tall.
yeah, it is not just a hairy elephant. It is a new animal.
The
Yeah.
tusks look quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, it is a different animal.
Yeah, it's kind of like comparing a cow and a bison.
Yeah, or a cow
Okay.
to a yak.
Yeah, I
like
can see
it's
that.
like, yeah, okay, these are kind of the. It's close,
Yeah.
but it's not.
They're in the same family, according to Google.
Yeah, they're both pachyderms.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
Elephantidae.
elephantidae.
I'd pay the extra $10 at the zoo to feed it.
You know what's funny is I did
Right.
not make that word up.
Yeah.
Elephantidae is actually
The phylum
it's the genus.
or the genus, correct. Elephantidae.
That's Latin for elephant.
Paid attention in Catholic school, did you?
Yeah.
Elephanto.
It's Latin for fuck. That's big.
Yeah.
Elephantidae.
Elephantidae.
I'm convinced that in Jazz's free time, he just makes Wikipedia pages.
Just to bring up on the
Full
show.
of bullshit. And then he's just like, in
Look it
2
up.
years, I'm going to bring this up on the show.
Look it up.
Someday this will come in
Told you.
handy.
A number of extinct genera like the Mammothus.
Elephants are cool.
Elephants are cool. I actually really do like
You know
elephants.
they're pregnant for 2 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a 2-year gestation.
You ever seen them shit? Oh, the amount of shit. That's-
They also can't run.
No, they don't need to.
No, like they are physically incapable of running.
I love it when like you'll
They
see
can
like
walk really fast.
you'll see like a
can't
tiger. Like a tiger will try to attack one, and they're just like, "Fuck off!" And they're just like, like, oh, yeah. The tiger's like, "I don't want the smoke." Like, just never.
Yeah, they
mind.
can't run. So in a run, all of your feet are off the ground at some point in time.
Oh.
Like while you're running, elephants can't do it because if their body mass actually left the ground all at the same time, even at their mass, when the
gravity's a
foot came
bitch.
back down, it would literally just
Shatter.
just shatter their bones.
Yep.
So they can't run.
And when they are walking too fast, they can't slow down very easily.
That's why that shit just falls down.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's
Or you see them power slide.
Same
when
with
they'll go
rhino-
up and
There-
try-
there's
It's like
a-
rhinos.
there was
Do
an
the same
old-
shit.
I
There
think
was-
Newton had something to do with that.
An object in motion.
Yeah.
There was an old Hornady video where they're advertising their African game cartridges, and this fucking elephant charges this dude, and he drops it like from me to John away. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's just
It's a nice truck.
that's like the
They're-
power walking in
Now, if
the
you're
Olympics.
comparing
Yeah.
it to
Like speed walking.
They're mall walkers.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind,
that's a human sprint, though.
yes,
Oh, absolutely.
their stride
for
is
sure.
still so long.
But
that
if you
even-
notice, it's just all in the hips. The main
It's
body
all
doesn't
in
move
the
up or down.
Them girls be thick.
Yeah.
So they're cool.
They are cool. They're cool animals.
A couple years ago,
I like
my
how they all
wife
look like
my
they have
birthday,
pants
so
on
that
with the
elephant
wrinkles.
sanctuary that's up in Fredericksburg,
Oh, did you get to go up there and do it?
and yeah, I got to like bathe one, and
They like snuggle with you and shit.
I've got a picture on my phone of me like getting hugged by an elephant. It's
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
wild.
That's awesome.
So you got to take a picture, and like they're trained for it, so you got to do it, and then they don't warn you. So like it's kind of just go up, and stand right next to its ear, because so the ear's like at your head, right? So you
okay,
go,
now smile.
but they don't warn you, and then all of a sudden this thing's trunk just goes whap and just like wraps around you. There's a little bit of a I die right here. Like this is that thing is so
I'm not
fucking
fighting
large
this thing.
that when you get grabbed by an elephant, you're like, this is how I end.
Yeah.
Tell the story. Like this is
It's like when your buddy has a really aggressive dog that like jumps on your leg and wraps arms around to hump you. And
Yeah,
you're like
you're
trying to
just
push it off. You're like, fuck, you're strong. Get up.
Not strong, just determined.
My buddy Jake used to have this fucking mastiff named Hercules. It's a 220-pound dog that just swore up and down he was a fucking schnauzer that could sit in your lap.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, that's like me fucking jumping on you, dude. Like, it's like, you're a heavy bastard, man. Fuck off, bro. What are you doing? Fucking maniac. He was a good
just
boy.
wants to cuddle. That's it.
He did. He was a big cuddly guy.
Oh shit, yeah.
Just getting snuggled by an elephant.
yeah. So like you kind of,
Yep.
but they don't warn you it's gonna happen. Like you're standing there to take the picture, and all of a sudden it's just like,
Oh, I guess I'm yours now.
you're like,
I rode one in Thailand. I went on an elephant ride
Nice.
in Thailand. That was
Yeah.
fun. They just kind of do like elephant tours and stuff. And they walk through the jungle and shit. And you're just kind of like, I was thinking like my whole mindset was like Temple of Doom, bro. Let's fucking go. Like this is gonna be awesome, you know. And my elephant was cool. My buddy had one that was a
Temple of
fucking
Doom.
dick. Kept trying to like buck him off and was
Yeah.
like fucking clearly pissed off at my guy. And he's like, I think my elephant's broken. I'm like, I think you're a fucking piece of shit. He doesn't like you. Like,
it's like a dog. It knows when you're a bad person.
yeah, dude, they could smell fear and shit, man. Like, fuck. Like, no, mine was cool. He was like, he was giving me high fives. I'd say something like, that's cool. And I'd be like, high five. And his nose would come up and I'd be like, ah. Like, my elephant was awesome.
Yeah. The one I hung out with all day, her name was Rosie.
Yeah.
And I've got her kiss on a canvas. So
That's
she
nice.
dips it in paint, and then
That's adorable.
she kisses a canvas. It's in my library.
Yeah. I like their feet.
That's wild.
Their feet are weird, man.
Yeah.
Because they look like they're going to be squishy.
They're not.
But they are not.
I didn't ever imagine an elephant foot to be.
They look like they're squishy.
I don't think.
Well, they have.
Not in my mind.
Well, you see them. So there's
So
a
they're
thing
squishy
called
under
elephant
their
foot,
weight.
so it pushes, and you can see it like collapse out. But they have like toes
Yeah.
and nails and stuff. And
Yeah.
so when I got to,
Elephant hooves.
Sort of.
I got to scrub one. They loved it. Like you
Yeah.
start spraying them, and they just like lay down, arms and shit go out, and they just gave me like a push broom, and you just go.
Like, here you go, have fun.
Turn into a fucking bulldog. They're just like, oh, tummy rubs.
At the end of it, I'm like cleaning this elephant, and I'm like, did we just pay
I was literally
to
gonna
do
say,
zookeeper work?
That's a
Like,
great business model. We're gonna make these people pay to do our job.
Yeah. And
Yep.
people will totally do that.
Oh, I did 100%.
Yeah.
Go do it again. It was
Fucking A.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. Just hearing about it, I want to go do it.
It's legit. It's super cool. And they only let like 15 people like into the group at a time. They bring out like 4 elephants and shit
Yeah.
like that. So that's awesome. They come walking out, and then you have lunch out there, and then you get to do like an afternoon thing with them.
And they legit remember you. Like I bet you if he came back and said hi to Rosie, she'd fucking remember him.
Yeah.
Like that whole elephants
Yeah,
never
she's a
forget
sweetheart.
thing. That shit's real, bro. Like the second time I went to Thailand, I went by and I was high fiving my fucking elephant again. I was like, I'm not going this time, dude, but fucking A. And he gave me a high five. And they were like, he remembers you.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking cool, dude.
I've got her on a coffee mug.
Yeah. Nice.
My girl Rosie.
So elephants and banana ladies.
Elephants and banana ladies.
Yeah, good
He had a
memories.
time in Asia.
Hey, man. Not as much fun with the elephant, but you know.
But they both remember.
I bet if you introduced the banana lady to the elephant, they would get along great.
Yeah. I don't want to know what she would do with that.
The elephant's like, I can turn this human into a sock puppet.
Elephants like bananas. I'm sure it'd be fun.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about shooting coins.
This is where I paid to clean an elephant. And there's my wife and her big dumb hat behind me.
Your big dumb hat.
But yeah, elephants are cool. It's a cool animal.
I agree.
They have to be strong just to stand up after being in that position.
It's funny watching them do it because they start rocking.
Yeah.
They get their legs up.
They've understood
their legs
momentum.
up, like, swing
Yeah.
around and shit. They're pretty fucking smart.
Yeah.
And there were people there that weren't paying attention because they'll give you food, like half a melon,
Yeah.
and like shit like that. And people would sit there and they were trying to like hold the melon and take a picture with the elephant behind it. And all of a sudden you see this elephant just reach up and just take the food and like ruin every picture and shit like that. And I was like, I get it. Like take some pictures, but take them like when it's time to take pictures. But like in this moment where you're supposed to be doing this thing, like
Right.
Just enjoy the
you're going to
moment.
ruin all of this so that you can show other people. Like,
Yeah. You're going to have a shitty moment and not be able to show anybody.
like all the pictures I have was like when they told me like, okay, stand here. It's picture time. Or when you go to wash them, there's all these helpers and they'll take your phone and they'll sit there. And so the one where I'm giving her, there's like 80 photos of me doing it because they just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks.
Just
I need
hold it
like
down.
2, but awesome.
Yeah. Fun stuff, boys. Fun stuff. So you guys are gone next week?
We'll be back on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So we'll be back for this.
Uh,
Nice.
I potentially won't on Tuesday. So we get back.
That's right.
We'll get back at like 2 or 3 in the morning from New Orleans. And at noon, I have to be in Austin, ready to get in the water for my instructor evaluation.
Yeah. I asked Nick if I could be your Uki for that.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can't because you're a master diver, but you're not a dive master.
Yep.
And you have to, he's like, but that was, he was like, you were my first pick. He goes, so now I have to do it.
And it was funny too, because like when we were in Rotan planning, and he's just like, yeah, Mikey, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, he doesn't have it yet.
Yeah.
Like he's doing the class,
I'm not a dive pro yet.
but he hasn't came and actually did the open water stuff. He did the test. None of that. Didn't pay his pro fee. He's like,
Yeah.
Nick's like, what? And he looks you up and he's like, fuck. I'm like, I told you. Like, I don't know why you got excited, man. Like, I just got done diving.
Like I know that's the fucking plan. That's the
Yeah.
down the road plan, and it's coming to fruition. But it's like, hey man,
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Right. Almost.
Yeah. Like,
Almost.
but then he hit me up and was like, I need to know every place you're gonna be doing comedy while I'm here. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So
I talked to Nick for about 45 minutes this morning.
How
It
long
was
is he
really
going to be in
funny.
town?
He gets in. So he lands Monday at like midnight.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's staying with Omar Monday night. But I think he leaves either Friday or Saturday.
Oh, cool.
But he's like, I need to know where Mikey's doing comedy. And I'm like, too easy. I'm like, yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
And he's like, awesome. He's like, I just want to sit there and just talk shit to him the entire time. I was like, okay.
It's not gonna end well for him.
That's why I was like, okay. I'm like, I can't wait to take you.
It's not gonna end. It's not gonna. What he thinks is gonna happen is not gonna happen.
I was like, I can't wait for this. This is gonna be so fun.
I don't think any heckler, I don't think any of it goes the way they think it's going.
Like, it's one thing if like you're at like a comedy club, you're an open mic or something, and like whatever the comedian on stage is saying relates enough where you talk shit.
Yeah.
But when you go in there planning to do it,
Yeah.
it never works out well.
Yeah.
You know, like
Well, that and
it's not authentic.
There is a tight scene here, man. Like the comedic scene here is like, oh, you shit talked Mikey. We're fucking going in.
And it's
like
not like
every comic after me
and
is
it's
gonna
not
be
like he can
open
blend
season
in.
on that guy.
Right.
It's not like he can blend in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's fucking 6'7".
Yeah. It's like let's go lurch. Let's fucking let's fucking do this.
Part of
I'll go.
my favorite part of watching like comedy skits on Instagram or whatever is when the comics fuck with the hecklers.
Yeah.
And the one guy, he calls this lady ma'am, and she's like, I'm a woman. He's like, I said ma'am. And then he's like, you old fucking hag or some shit.
You old stupid cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the one dude was like where he made some lady cry. He's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, Kamal Harris, everybody. And she's like, that's racist. And he's like, I've been doing that shit the whole fucking time. It just made her cry.
I saw that
hilarious.
bit, and he literally went like, Bitch, no, it's not. I haven't even gotten to the racist part yet.
You think I'm racist? You should have waited till the end of this fucking bit. Shit.
Did y'all see the clip of I think who's the comedy?
Mark Norman.
Mark Norman. He had a heckler come up on stage during one of his sets, and it was fucking bizarre. And they let it like happened, and a few months went by, and then he came out and was like, no, that was actually like planned, sort of. The guy that went up on stage wanted to go viral, and he came to him with a plan, and he was like, nah, man, that's not my style. And then he hasn't disclosed the amount of money, but he said the guy offered him money, and he was like, maybe it is a plan. So it must have been a good chunk of change. And he was just like, I'm just going to come up and say some wild shit, and you fucking run with it. And he was just like, okay. But he came out, and apparently he's got a lot of hate from it. And I'm like,
did you see the dude who came up and hugged Matt Rife?
Tried to.
Tried to, yeah.
Like, and then his security fucking deuced him. And then he's like, yeah, but he made it all the way up here, motherfucker.
Just roasting the security like, hey, y'all fucking suck.
Well, he was sitting there and he was like, all y'all are fired, right?
Yeah. He's like, bro, he jumped over the fucking thing right next to you. You didn't do shit. He's just like, y'all getting fucking.
He looked at that one. He was like, I'm pretty sure you said, oh, there he goes. It's good to see some of his clips running around. I mean, again, we're back to nothing but the crowd work, improv stuff. Like nobody's showing clips of his scripted comedy.
For good reason.
It's not good.
It's not great. But,
he can work a crowd.
He put out a Netflix series where it was nothing but crowd work, a Netflix special. And it was fucking awesome.
The guy, that's his absolute strength.
Dude.
Written stuff is not. He'd be amazing on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Phenomenal. Yeah. He would be great at that.
Great show.
Can he sing? He'd be the next Wayne Brady.
He probably could. He probably can sing.
That's a great show.
It is a great show.
There's
already a Wayne Brady.
He could be the next one.
Do we need another one?
Yeah, it's the DEI Wayne Brady.
Only if he goes full blackface.
Yeah.
Well, he was on Wild and Out.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to smack a bitch? Yeah, have you heard him talk? He talks like he's black anyway.
He was on Wild and Out. Like his first TV ever he was on Wild and Out when he was like 18 and 19 years old.
He's in touch with the culture.
Sure, we'll say that. I think he's touched a lot of women in the culture, but that's about the size of it.
That's actually also happened on Wild and Out.
Yep. Who's that redheaded chick that's on Wild and Out? Who's definitely a skank for black dicks.
Who is also only good at like roasting. Her stand-up isn't good either. Oh, you're talking about the one that has a fake red hair. I thought you meant the scrawny white chick.
No, I mean like the fucking fake redhead one.
I can't.
Justina Valentine.
Yeah, super skanky. I mean, I'd smash. Yeah, I'd get her. She'd get it, but
you'd get something.
I don't think you're equipped for that ride.
I don't think I am either. I don't think I'm her cup of tea.
That just looks like I'd be a disappointment.
Do you drive a Scat Pack?
You go to Carnival Cruises.
You have to go spelunking fucking when you go down. Just, hello.
Give me my watch back.
Yeah, you're definitely losing jewelry in that one.
If the side of your car doesn't say Hellcat, you ain't dating.
Dude, my buddy Jamil, who actually I want to have on the show, he's an Army veteran. He's a retired guy. He drives a bright green Hellcat. And I'm like, bro, can you be more black? Like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit, dude.
He could
If
it was stolen.
Nah, he's a good dude.
Jesus.
One of the guys I had on the show with me on Sunday, his name's
Sorry,
Bub
I started
Jenkins.
that.
And Bub is he's half Japanese, half black.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't do black things well. He's like, I can't play basketball,
That's
but I can
the
play ping
definition
pong.
of Blasian, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's a Blasian. He's like, I can play ping pong like a motherfucker. He goes, I do steal though. It's a good bit. He's just like, I do steal though. Yeah, I will steal.
So on my drive to and from Arizona, I realized that there's another group of people out there that rival Scott's favorite people at the Mud Park.
The litter?
What kind of people is that?
Well, I drove through a couple of Indian reservations.
Oh yeah.
And there was a clear night and day difference. And it's not like I saw people outside.
For a culture that quote unquote loves the land.
It was like as soon as you like welcome to blah blah blah, and
Navajo
then, like
Nation.
you look around and there's trash. Like if there's a bush, there's trash in that bush.
Yep.
Like all over the grounds. I'm just like, oh my, and then you now leaving, and
It's
then
cool.
it goes back to everything's clean.
It's cool. They blame white people.
yeah. I'm like, oh,
Like, yeah.
wait.
Well, we're not allowed to adopt those highways. You know what I mean? Fucking. I'm just saying. Open
See,
your
it's-
fucking borders,
Apparently,
guys.
there's more and more homeless roads though, because I now saw a back road that was just called Adopt a Spot, and I was like, and what it is it's Evans at 2252, which is more pothole than road.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I think that's why it's called Adopt a Spot,
There's also
because
definitely
they're like,
You adopt a pothole.
it's not a road
there's definitely a haunted fucking cemetery right there.
right there
Like,
with a guy
on
growing
that corner.
with a guy growing soybean or whatever next to it. It's a weird.
It's definitely
corner.
haunted.
Yeah.
Haley and I were doing that Randonautica shit one time when we were bored out with the kids.
Yeah.
And it took us to that thing, and there was a brand new pair of shoes sitting at a fucking deserted grave. And she's like, there's like brand new shoes here. And I'm like, well, fucking don't touch them, man. Like, what are you doing? Get the fuck out of there. I'm like,
Wait, what size are they?
Wait, were they Jordans?
No. I mean, I'd have took them.
I could deal with a poltergeist for some Jordans.
Yeah, right. I've been like, hey, dude, I like these kicks.
These are my
Without doubt.
haunted shoes.
These shoes got straight cat. No, they were like sass or some shit. They weren't anything good. They were like old lady shoes, but they were still like brand new.
What is
Yeah.
this, nurses sneakers?
And they were like white, and just sitting next to a fucking grave from like the 1800s, like an old grave. And she was like, "I'm so confused." I'm like, "Well, get the fuck out of here! Like, what are you doing, hanging out in this fucking thing?"
Why are you taking
weirdo?
dead people modern shoes?
Yeah, seems odd. Seems very, very odd.
If you'd walked up and there'd been some buckle boots or something, I'd have been like, fucking, you know what?
Oh, look, they fit.
It's one thing to like take shoes off of a dead body. Like that's weird. But when they're like at a grave and they died in the 1800s, like, I don't know. I don't think he'll miss them. Like, I don't know.
Right?
Do you think he's really going to use them?
He's been doing pretty good barefoot for a long time. It's all right.
Then you're sitting there, and all of a sudden you see the shoes walk away. You're like, oh, okay, look, we're leaving.
Have you guys seen the videos where people are taking their Tesla Cybertrucks and pulling up by a cemetery and like
It's doing body detection.
it's detecting bodies walking around the fucking
So
truck?
now the
You see
majority
that
of
shit?
that has been edited, because the only way for that to work, you'd have to use one of those Waze car and use LiDAR, because Teslas operate off a camera system that can't pick up those level of rays.
Okay.
The LiDAR can.
So it's bullshit.
LiDAR can.
Yeah.
So those Waze vehicles, the self-driving ones, you pull that bitch up in front of a cemetery and you park it there for long enough, you might see something.
Really?
But Teslas, no. It's just they're cameras.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Tesla's was literally, that's why they were trying to change lanes into tanker trucks,
Mhm.
like those chrome tanker trucks,
They're mirrors.
because
They
it
failed
was
the
a mirror
test.
and they can't,
Yep.
they think nothing's there.
That's why Teslas don't have self-driving yet.
Got it.
Yeah, they
Because
have
they can't get past
assisted
that.
driving.
Yep.
But
Did y'all see Mark Rober, a big like science YouTube guy? He did a test on the Teslas about the whole like self-driving thing, and he found out that in the software, right before it would get in a collision, it would like right before, like milliseconds before it would make contact, it would turn off the self-driving. So that way, when they went back and looked at it, it saw that like, oh well, they weren't self-driving at the time of the accident. Now Tesla's
Oh.
kind of in some heat for that.
That's sketch.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean,
I mean,
it's a way to cover your ass if you know it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Technically,
Well,
it wasn't self-driving.
Granted, you kind of assume that risk when you click self-drive in your fucking
100%.
in your fucking
Yeah.
special car.
And you go to sleep. Like, come on.
yeah, like you're
I mean,
you're
why else would
assuming
you? Never
that
mind.
risk.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Like, don't get me wrong. If I'm shit faced at the bar, I'm like, drive me home. That's awesome.
Take me drunk, I'm home.
Like, it's like, hey,
That's
fucking
got you, bro.
because the only self-drive stuff it'll do is when it leaves the factory, it's got a self-drive where it'll take itself to the exit lot. So
Yeah.
it'll literally drive itself out and park itself. And when they first came out, I think they retracted the feature. But when it first came out, you used to be able to call it to you.
I think they still have that.
So like if you were at work and your car was in the lot somewhere, you could literally call it to you and it would drive out and stop itself in front of you. Shit.
But fuck, dude, that'd be dope. It's like personal valet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Jaguar also is partnered with Waymo to do these self-driving taxis where the car literally doesn't have a steering wheel. It's essentially an Uber that you get in. And you're like, I want to go here. And
Yeah,
it
that shit
drives
was an
you.
iRobot.
I seen one of those.
Yeah.
It was in New York City.
Mhm.
And the only way it was like somebody was in it, but it wouldn't go because there was so much traffic.
Yeah.
It wouldn't like ease its way into the traffic. So it just sat there.
Because they're always going to put those things in the most crowded spot you could possibly
Right. Yeah.
find.
Yeah. Because that makes a lot of sense.
You know what would be awesome though is bring that back and then bring back the fucking the taxi cab quiz show.
Ooh.
Cash cab?
I used to like Cash Cab. Cash
Yeah.
Cab was a cool show.
That was
dude.
like what my early experiences with Mike Rowe.
He's so fucking
Because that
Did
show's
he
been
host
around
that?
forever.
That's not Mike Rowe.
No.
Yeah.
It was originally.
Originally, it was Mike Rowe.
Originally, it was
The original
Mike Rowe.
Cash Cab was Mike
OG.
Rowe.
No, the guy looks like Mike Rowe. It's not him. I'm pretty sure.
No,
I think
it's him.
Yeah, I think it's him. There was a guy that
I want
Yeah,
to say the guy's
Bailey?
name was Sean or something.
I
Ben
just can't-
Bailey.
Ben Bailey. Yeah, he looks like Mike Rowe though.
maybe
Yeah,
God, that show was awesome.
it was a great show.
there was
He definitely is a Mike Rowe doppelganger. That guy is for real.
there was a guy that got stuck in a cab going to the airport in a roundabout. It just kept going.
Oh yeah, that was one of those Jaguars.
Well, it was a glitch in the GPS or something, and he had to like call and have him stop the car because he was about to miss his plane because it just kept going in circles.
Oh, that's fucking.
I guess it was like 15 minutes he was doing this fucking circle thing. So
Huh.
Yeah, I would rather awkward conversation with a driver than the self-driving shit.
I don't know. Remember that one I had that time where the guy went through every conspiracy theory known to man?
I'd pay extra for a conversation with that guy. Are you
You know
kidding?
what's
me?
awesome?
there was one we had in Vegas with a cabbie. He was like the most racist person ever. Remember that one?
That was interesting. We've had some interesting ones.
You guys always have good cabbie fucking stories from Vegas.
When I
Some
when I
bad
took that
ones.
Uber in Kentucky to go to my trade show,
Yeah.
we got in it and it was I hadn't used Uber in forever. And I got my Uber card and it literally said on there, like, do you want the driver to talk to you? And you could just click no. And he just ignored you. And
Yeah.
I was like,
That's awesome.
here's the problem. That fucker also decided he didn't turn on air conditioning in his car and was an obvious like 4-pack a day smoker. And we were in there just going like, we'll throw up. He's also spent the whole time weaving in out of traffic and just honking at people. Said my trip was going to take 19 minutes. He got us there in 8. And I was like,
Oh, attaboy.
fuck, I appreciate the speed, but only because I was gonna vomit.
Yeah.
Like this is
See, I want to give Jazz a GoPro and get him in one of those Ubers with a conspiracy guy just so he can just like fucking stir the pot with that dude. And
Dude,
just,
that's what I was doing the whole time. It was just- I just
Exactly,
kept
yeah.
fucking like bringing up shit. Then I'd be like, what about the moon landing? And he'd go off on the moon landing. I'd be like, what about 5G? And he'd start going on. I'd be like, yeah. Fucking just,
tell me about the pigeons.
yeah. Tell me how birds aren't real.
I listened to this podcast on my drive, and it was one of the Sean Ryan shows, and he had this dude on that was talking about like food, and he was some doctor. I can't remember his name. But he started going down a rabbit hole about like Wi-Fi and 5G and all that kind of shit. And he actually took readings off of cell phones on how like proximity to the body versus further away and the waves that are coming out of it and everything like that. And the long and the short of it is just like, yeah, we just don't know enough about this yet. And he goes, and almost everybody has a cell phone like attached to him. And he goes, the worst is AirPods. He's like, essentially, you have these two items that are kicking out all these waves, and you're sticking them in your fucking ears on either side of your brain.
Yep.
And he's like, we have no idea what it does.
worked fine for the Egyptians.
But
That's something that we haven't talked much about. The fucking pyramids aren't just pyramids.
Is this real? Or
Are you
not?
going down this rabbit hole too?
I heard
Power
there was a big chocolate bar under it.
Huge chocolate bar.
Huge chocolate bar.
Yeah.
What
Covered
is
in
this?
hazelnuts.
Oh, is that what it is?
It was Ferrero Rocher.
Oh, nice.
It was the
Little
Fuck
roacher.
you,
Oh,
Jazz.
I love me some roacher.
Fuck you.
I love me some roachers.
I didn't know the French got along that well with the Egyptians back then.
What are the white ones with the coconut? Those are tits.
That
too.
alley oop was so good.
I was like, no, he's not. Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Big old chocolate bar.
yeah, but I've seen that. Is it real though? Like
I don't know.
like it,
Well, so there's no footage.
Well,
right? It's all
all-
these just computer models of these giant pillars.
And it's all clickbait every time
They're
fucking
underneath
get
it.
into one of these.
Well, you know, it's like those
but this one
documentaries about
scientist
finding
said,
Loch
we can't
Ness,
send
the Loch
drones.
Ness monster.
What if there's a puzzle that a human needs to solve? So they tied a rope to the scientist and lowered him down. And what he found was like, and you didn't give him a GoPro?
Yeah, right.
Like, there's no
Right.
footage of this at all.
Like, nothing.
It's all this just computer modeling that apparently underneath the Great Pyramid, there is, and it goes down kilometers.
Yeah.
And there's this, they get down there and it's this incredibly advanced technology. And this goes back to an old conspiracy theory that the pyramids and that the reason they had a metal cap were on them were, there was a theory by Tesla
right.
in the 1800s that
Yep.
you could do power over air. You didn't need wire. You could do
Hence
power over
Tesla towers.
air.
Yeah.
And so that they were all just giant Tesla towers. And so it was radio broadcast or it was something, but that's,
It was some kind of
What it was
communications
for.
tool for extraterrestrials.
the-
it turns out it's none of that. It really is just a tomb.
No,
but,
no, that's it was powered by dead pharaohs.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's
ghost
fuel.
power.
Yeah, it's like the energy cell.
Well, they were so special
Yeah.
that they
It-
produced energy after.
Yeah, they could power.
Yeah, powered
So,
the city.
I thought it was
I mean,
just
never
one of
mind the
those-
fact that we have found like all the original blueprints and everything for building these things and when they were commissioned to bury specific people and enslaved entire races and stuff to build them. But hey,
I mean,
it could
So
also
they-
just
but
be
now we also thought that
it
Hitler.
could also just be the original Fox News.
We also thought that Hitler died in World War II.
That's true.
I mean,
I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
And we found out he died. in World War II.
Argentina released
Argentina,
top
dude.
secret documents, and in those documents, allegedly, Hitler escaped Europe, went to Argentina, and lived out the rest of his life.
Well, that's been a theory for a while.
Yeah, it's been a theory since 1948.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that's not,
But you think it's confirmed theory?
Well, I mean, I haven't really been able to find much on it,
yeah.
except for that one day when they said they released the
Yeah.
top secret documents.
Well, that's
Yeah.
also Mexico had aliens.
I think
Yeah.
I think Hitler killed Kennedy.
You think he was that good of a shot?
I thought he was on the moon landing.
Kennedy?
No.
No, Hitler.
No. That's not Hitler, but there are Nazis, but on the dark side.
Oh, they're on the
Yeah,
dark side. I
there's
thought-
a Nazi
I thought that
space
was the
station
secret-
out
that-
there.
I thought
There's a
that was
Nazi
the
There's
space
an army
station.
base on the
I
moon.
thought it was a
run by
secret
Nazis.
Chinese.
No, that was
Base.
It was Russian.
Oh, is it
In
Russian?
the movie, it's Russian, I think.
There's a movie about a Nazi base up there.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
actually a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has gone on long enough.
What? We're just scratching the surface here. Come on.
We're just
I'm
barely.
about to go in the other room and get my tinfoil.
We're tipping toes into this tinfoil hat lifestyle, boys. Hey, thanks everybody who's been supporting the Patreon. We fucking love you guys. That's awesome. Like, really appreciate it. And all you guys who have followed our personal socials, it's been helping out a lot. I appreciate you for that.
Oh, and the 5 stars that Warfighter's gotten recently. That's helped too. Thank you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Fucking
It
nice.
was more of a bitch that I had on the Warfighter podcast, but I also poked the bear a little bit on this one, I think, last week too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Dude.
Real quick, we have one new member in the last week. Bought us all around.
Fucking
yeah.
And,
nice.
shout out Neil.
Cheers.
Way to go,
Neil.
Neil.
thanks, Neil.
Wait, which Neil?
That Neil.
Oh, that Neil?
That Neil, baby.
Neil fucking McNally?
Yep.
I fucking love Neil McNally, man. That's a good fucking dude.
Fucking good dude.
Right there. Cheers, buddy.
So this round's
Thank
from him.
you. Thanks, pal. That's a good fucking guy. Neil's mom is the CEO of Irreverent Warriors.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil's a good fucking guy. Well, anyways, boys, I'll raise my
Those are
glass.
the guys that walk around in hot pants, right?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, the hot pants guys. Yeah. I'll raise my glass. Cheers, cheers. Like, share, subscribe, do all those things, smash those buttons, tell your mom, tell your friends, all that bullshit. Johnny Boy, hit him with the first one.
Smoke on.
Scotty?
Drink on.
And goddamn it, kids. Freedom to fuck on. Bye.